and welcome to our practice quiz. I have taken images of models that you've seen inside lab to get you ready for the fact that some of the models you're going to see in the future you've not even seen inside lab. I'm going to have to use images out of your textbook and images that I've taken of models from the labs themselves. So this afternoon or this evening or whenever you get around to looking at this, you're going to see that I'm going to walk you through a series of slides. This evening there are 14 slides. I'll be on each slide for about 30 seconds. We will go through this series 2 times to give you enough opportunity to see if you know what the answer to the question is. Make sure to answer the question that's asked and pay attention to the models as they will be used again in the future. Remember, everything I'm doing now we have to sort of repurpose for when the real practical will be probably later this week. I'll probably put it up on Wednesday night. Okay? So let's have some fun and see how this goes. So here's question number 1. Identify the muscle. Question number 2. We are looking for the insertion of this muscle. We're looking to identify this muscle in number 3. Identify this muscle. What is this muscle here? Number 4, pointing inside the abdominal pelvic cavity here. It's retroperitoneal. What muscle do we have here? I would like you to identify all bones that make up this part of the skeleton. For question number 6, what are the bones that make up this part of the skeleton? We are looking for the type of bone here, and is it appendicular or is it axial? So there are 2 parts to this question. What is the type of bone, and is it axial or appendicular? In number 8, we are looking for is this bone structure, this space. What is the name of that bone structure? Identify this bone type here. Identify this bone type here. In this model, I'd like you to identify the type of bone you find here and compare it to the type of bone you find here. So you're looking at a dissected piece of bone here. Can you tell me the types of bone? 10A and 10B. In this model of muscle, what is the arrow pointing at here? What is the arrow pointing at here? Identify this muscle here. Identify this muscle here. In these two models, you're going to notice that I've, in this case, identified this one muscle over here. I recommend you figure out what leg it is, and then tell me the insertion of this muscle here. What is the insertion of this muscle here? And finally, in this model here, I'd like to know what bone type we find inside of this structure. What is the bone type that we find inside of this structure? Okay, so that's all the time we had for that first run through. So now what I'd like to do is start again at the beginning, and now I'll just quietly process us through the slides. Okay, so that's the entire amount of time I wanted to give to this. And what I'd like to do now is remind people that what this is going to look like in the future is I'll have a set amount of time for each of the slides. I'll go through a number of times, so this will be equivalent to going back and look at different stations. Next time, I'll definitely probably have typed things out for you. I like the idea of using the colors and drawing it out. It gives a little bit more relaxed feeling when you're just sort of playing along. But remember, this is so you can see how we have to use images to get you guys to learn the different structures inside of your lab. Okay, and notice how I pointed out to you the different types of models that were being used. So go back into the other YouTube videos that I've put together and or inside your textbook and see if you can make that translation. Okay, I hope this is hopeful, and I hope you got some answers.